as Atlantans try to go out and experience the world, and vice versa, if they go to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, they're going to have to go through what a lot of people are saying is just over the top in terms of security pat-downs and whatever.
Yes.
Can you comment on the reaction people are having to that? And some folks are saying, I'll go by air as a last resort because I don't want to deal with it.
My response is that the steps that are being taken are necessary to protect the citizens of the United States of America. And people should know that if there were not valid information being transmitted, that the government would not be taking these extraordinary measures. I mean, I don't want to delve in too deeply to it, but the people that are making these decisions, at the end of the day, are elected officials. So they clearly see that it's unpopular, right? Despite the fact that they clearly see that it's unpopular and that people are frustrated, they're sticking with the policy, which means there's information on the other side that's making people who have responsibility do something that is unpopular. You and I go through the same search and the pat down that everybody else is going through, the same machines, and it is personal. But what I know is that on the other side of that is actionable information that is forcing the government to do that. And I think that we err on the side of keeping the people of the United States of America very safe. When we were at the World Air Cargo Conference in Amsterdam, there was a speech on the development of bomb-making technology. And it was a public speech, so I'm not talking out of school. But the technology that people that want to harm citizens of the world are using is advancing. And when you look at the technology that has stopped the potential accidents and potential bombs, it's primarily human intelligence that stopped it. These items were screened, but the bomb-making technology is being improved, so it's less, so you're less likely to pick it up. So it's human intelligence at the end of the day that has been presenting what has to be a zero-tolerance situation. So I mean, I've watched this and I certainly understand the frustration, but in the United States, terrorism is a zero-tolerance situation because Americans have zero tolerance about a plane being blown up.
Do you think the urgency has not been communicated? We don't hear public officials express it the way
I'm expressing
this morning.
I'm expressing. So I'm expressing it exactly how I think it should be expressed. What I would be saying to the people of Atlanta and the people of the state of Georgia is, we're all politicians. So I don't wake up and want to go do something that's unpopular. That's just not normal. So that means that there's information that I can't share because it helps people who want to hurt us that I have to act on. And I think that is what President Obama is saying. You know, in these jobs we have, once something bad happens, a review of all of the steps prior to the bad event occurs. And the press performs that function, which is your role and which is completely appropriate. But if something happened during the holiday season, it would have an extraordinarily devastating effect on the air travel business and on the entire holiday season and all of the economies that are tied to the performance of the holiday season. An extraordinary chilling effect that I think is a greater risk, Morris, than the inconveniences that we're going through. Now, as it relates to children and young people, I think that children need to be treated very differently because I don't want any child touched inappropriately by anyone. But as it relates to adults, I just believe that this is something that's tough and we just have to get through it. And as soon as the country has shifted in terms of its level of preparation, then I think we'll be able to have a more normal situation. But if you saw the speech of one of the leading cargo carriers in the world, in Europe, you would not be feeling this way about these pat-downs. The fact of the matter is the 3 terrorist incidents that are related to cargo and packages were picked up by human intelligence, not the screens. And I'm sorry to go on about this, but I've been watching this debate go on about this pat down, and I think that the President of the United States is doing the right thing.